What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Raf Saperra, and you're tuned into Radio Maxx, Maximum Feel Wala Station.
Welcome, Raf, to the Maximum Feel Wala Station. Now, let's get stuck into it.
Yeah, man.
So, look, it's just your second release, and you're now in Sony Music India. Congratulations, firstly.
Thank you very much, man.
In just 2 weeks of releasing it, your song has got, 3.5 million and counting?
Yeah, man, it's had a really big response. I wasn't really expecting that, if I'm being totally honest.
Really?
That's good. Yeah, no. Because you know what? I'll be honest, like the sound that we're coming with is essentially a very underground, although hip hop, do you know what I'm saying? It's very boom bap, it's very East Coast. There's been a huge rise, I would say, in kind of like the hip hop sound in Punjabi music recently.
Yeah.
But it's still very a commercial, on beat, West Coast kind of hip hop sound. So we've come with something from the other side, very New York, very East Coast. And it's been received very well, man. So, you know, I didn't expect it to do as well as it done, if I'm being totally honest.
So if you have that coastal reference, making it kind of an American vibe, what's the reference to the motherland, Punjab? Where do you think it sits there? How far back?
As in how it's doing in Punjab, or how the Punjab influences have come into our...
No, the sound you've got now, which is like the old school sound, right?
Yeah.
It's coming from the Pinda to Ariye, you feel it's what the vibe is even in the cities.
You know what it is, bro? It's just, there's one thing, because obviously I'm from UK, born and raised in London.
Yeah.
But I think the seminal and rich history that UK Bhangra has had, you've got to realize, bro, it's like it was essentially a fusion. Like UK Bhangra has been fusion music. So
absolutely,
when it comes down to that, it's like that's what you're hearing in this. Like as a Punjabi act, despite the fact I'm from UK, but it's I want, as a Punjabi artist, take all the UK and the London away from me. I want to aim to bring back that very desi, Thed, Pendu vibe to a Punjabi artist. But at the same time, be unapologetically British about it in the way that it's delivered. And I think that's what you're hearing in the song as well. It's like whether you're hearing, on the heavy East Coast drops, but you're hearing the, the Algoze flutes, folk instruments, but they're screaming, man. And it's just getting that blend. And obviously, as an artist, what, feels right to me. I like something, even in terms of the kind of music that I consume, whether it's soul, funk, qawwalis, there's always that raw kind of, almost a kind of like a scream to it. So how do we package that in 2021? And that was
and I agree with you. It's a brilliant package. The fusion is very cool, or in some cases, as they would say, it's way hot. It's tight. So, what's your process like for writing? Is it yourself? Are you collaborating with your mates? How does it work?
So, to be fair, I do dabble in a bit of writing. Like my debut, which was Galassi Rhythm. Oda hukm hai aap likhiya si. You know what I'm saying? So I do dabble in and out, but I've approached this, as I mentioned earlier, in a very traditional sense. Like the days of Kuldeep Manak Saab and Dev Trikyana, there would be a singer-writer jodi. That was very normal in, I think in Punjabi music in general, man, is the songwriter and singer collaboration. So hale menu koi edda da collaborator milya hai nahi, but we are still continuing that tradition. We have songwriters, and I work closely with them, man. And obviously we'll explain the vibe, the kind of sound, and not a lot of people actually know, but before music, basically I'm involved in film production. So I'm a director by trade. So the reason why my videos look how they look is because I'm directing them.
So bringing your vision to it.
100%. So because when I'm hearing the music now I can kind of speak to the songwriters and say, you know what, I want to depict this in the video. put something, mention a line like this, mention a Landiji, mention this, mention that. So it's a different approach, I would say, that others are kind of having with music visuals.
So it's good. It's good. It's your thing. It's what sets you apart. I think that's a great idea. So you've got this old school Punjabi sound, and I think maybe there should have been a lot more love for glassy rhythm.
But we get a lot of
that. But I guess you're blowing up now, so it's all good. It's a great thing. What were your influences in terms of, like you mentioned, Manakji? What were your other influences? What did you grow up listening to?
So I mean, growing up, it was I was fortunate enough to have a lot of sounds and even visuals around me. So it was a very eclectic upbringing in that sense. In my house we'd have everything playing from like Khan Saab's Gwaliyan to Michael Jackson's pop hits, and like growing up with a young mum, she had that 70s groove going on. We had a lot of R.D. Berman playing in the house as well. And just as a kid, it was just like, this is essentially how this is all working. I would be sitting in the back seat of my car whilst my mum's driving, listening to all the songs, whether it's Bollywood, Punjabi, Jazzy B, and can you see me? So basically, whilst all that's going on, there's a little Raf Saperra sitting in the back with his head out the window, and I'm just picturizing all these songs. Like I'm just in another world. So influences wise, I would say there's a lot, man. Because then maybe like in hip hop, for example, I'm heavy, as I mentioned, the East Coast sound, especially on Wu-Tang, the kind of rapping style, which was very, unlike West Coast, it was very offbeat, the way they'd be catching the rhythm. It was just like a different tal and a rhythmic cycle to the way East Coast would approach it. And with folk singers, especially in the 90s, there was a lot of heavy Jazzy B and Surjit Pindrakia influence on me, man. That Ted Desi, but very mithas, you know what I'm saying? Like you'd be forced to get on the dance floor and do Bhangra, man. So that's the kind of sound it's really shaped me, I would say, as an artist.
I'll agree with you, because I think it's all about where it's emanating from. It's really taking you back to your roots. That's what you grew up with in a way. So it connects instantly, and you want to groove to that, right?
100%, man. 100%.
Yeah. In terms of your collaboration, if let's call it that, with DJ Desi Frenzy.
Yes.
How did that come about? How did you guys meet, and what made it kind of just click?
So me and Frenzy have known each other for like a handful of years, man. I'd say probably going back to maybe like 2011, 2012. So it was, there's the friendship aspect to it, but then there's also I don't really want to call it business, but it's the branding aspect of it. I am essentially a newcomer, and Frenzy's been doing his thing in India, and he's a well-established brand within himself. So it was kind of making sure, I kind of rise up to the challenge as well, regardless of us having our personal relationship. But it was very important that I'm able to deliver a sound that he likes as a music producer. But to be fair, we're really into the same kind of Punjabi sound, that raw, hard-hitting folk stuff. We love it. So then it all kind of kicked off when we done a cover of a Jazzy B song called Nag. So we got together, I think this was last year, June or July. We done the cover, and we put that out, and it had a huge response, man. And then that kind of built the anticipation within the audience on okay, we like what you've done in a cover, we want to see an original product. So yeah, man, since maybe June and now March 2021, that's when it actually happened.
Excellent. So have you with 2020 and COVID and everything, you wouldn't have had a chance to go and perform this live or work this live with him in the clubs or anything yet, right?
Not right now, man. It's very unfortunate, because even when Galassi Rhythm dropped, especially at that time of year, it dropped in November, it's the end of the year, club scenes are crazy, like it's just like that song in a club environment, and even like the music and the heavy kind of sound that we got in Milli-1. I think this will be killing it in live shows. But we in UK are we're still in a lockdown, man. Things are easing up, so fingers crossed. Maybe this June, if things open up, we'll be performing as well. But as it stands, everything's happening from home, man.
I know. Work from home, sing from home. Would you? I want to keep it short and sharp. So, would you sing us a line or or more from Milli-1?
Oh, put me on the spot like that. Okay, let me see. It's gonna be really bad now. I'm thinking, what are the lyrics to my own song? Oh, ਗੱਲਾਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਬੈਕ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਬਲੈਕ ਫੇਰ ਮਾਰਦੇ ਕਰੈਕ ਪਿਆ ਪੌਂਡਾ ਦਾ ਸਟੈਕ ਉਹ ਜੱਟ ਹੁਸਨਾ ਦੇ ਜੋਰੀ ਦਿਲ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਚੋਰੀ ਦੂਰ ਦੇਸ਼ ਤੋਂ ਮੰਗਾਈ ਰੱਖੀ ਅਰਬੀਆ ਕੋੜੀ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਸ਼ੌਂਕਿਆ ਪੁਗਾਉਣੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਗੱਡਵੇਂ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਸ਼ੌਂਕਿਆ ਪੁਗਾਉਣੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਗੱਡਵੇਂ ਨਾ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਪਰ ਐਸ ਬੱਲੀਏ ਇੱਕ ਜੋਰ ਨਾ ਜਿਉਣੀ ਬੱਲੀਏ ਨੀ ਮਿਲੀ-1 ਲੈਫ ਬੱਲੀਏ. Is that all good?
Awesome. Obviously, it's talent coming right from the core. Just a couple of quick ones to round it off. Thank you very much for that, by the way. How's the vibe in the neighborhoods in South London now that your profile has gone up? Did you get any feedback at all? Because with COVID, it's like, how do you really know what's happening?
I was about to say, I've been at home. I don't know what the feedback is. No, I'll be honest, man. It's like everything I've always kind of put out, be it Glassy Rhythm, be it Milli-1. Maybe this business-wise, this isn't the right way of thinking, but the way I measure success is by my hood, by my borough, by my neighborhood, by the streets. If it's all well and good if, a song's got 1 billion views or whatever, but if the streets ain't bumping your stuff, then, where are you in the cultural value of things? And I can say this, through God's grace, whether it was Glassy Rhythm or Milli-1, like the streets have been playing this. I'm hearing people driving past. I'm getting people, my boys in Birmingham, obviously I'm based in London. They're messaging me saying, yo, like the delivery driver just dropped off my package and he was blasting Glassy Rhythm in the car. Someone drove past my house. They're doing this. And that is how, it's probably the most earthiest and grassroots way I can measure how, people are taking it. As it stands, people have really, really, really liked the two products, man. So it's just, there's more pressure in that sense. So we want to make sure the next project, we still go out to the masses, still have that commercial pull, but at the same time, still get the respect from the hood and the ends and be there like, yo, this is real. You know what I'm saying? I want to push the culture and I want to push the art. So far, so good.
Awesome. Thank you very much. We look forward to the next release, which I think is kind of bubbling in your head.
Yeah, man.
And we'd love to talk to you again when you're out with the next one. Meanwhile, back to the hood, and I hope you have a really big one.
Respect, and a safe one. Thank you for having me on, man.
Respect, bro.